Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us. You might see that our overlay is slightly different.
Slightly.
You might see that our character art is slightly different.
Just a little bit.
You might see that our cast looks slightly different. That's because we're doing what RPNauts is all about. We're heading into a new story, a continuation, of course.
I'm sorry.
But we're also heading into a new world and a new RP system.
I want to suck your blood.
I never drink wine.
Oh boy. Yeah, see, we're in the mood already.
Like it.
It's fine.
But we're heading into Monsterhearts.
I thought you said something else. My bad.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh my.
We're heading into Monsterhearts.
Monsterhearts, come on.
Which is all about that angst, romance, and intensity of teenage years, but with added levels of monstrosity. Before we jump into proceedings, we will quickly go around the room and I'll explain some of how this will work for those of you who are new to our RPNauts. So before anything else, Megan, take it away and you pick who goes next.
No. So am I introducing my character as well or just me?
Just you for now.
Hi. I'm Megan. Welcome. I guess that's it. Okay, Elliot.
Hi, I'm Elliot. You can find me on the internet at Chaos Them. And I'm gonna leave it at that because this is a fun new spicy time.
And last but not least.
Hi, I'm Void. You can find me Void Cat Gaming or here every other Friday. We're gonna see if I can finish
here's
this game
how
with
it
he's
works
still in.
before we do anything else. In our RPNauts, as you've seen in the past episodes, we've been playing with our delightful group of demigods. Now this time they have decided, because they need to pursue Samuel's sister, they've gone and stepped into another world. Now when we begin, we'll be playing for a moment with the alternate versions of these characters. So Samuel will be alternate Samuel, will be the other Mindy, and the other Mao. And at some point, when it's dramatically appropriate, their prime versions, the demigods, will essentially quantum leap into the bodies and take control and find themselves having all the knowledge and all the memories of these alternates, but also find themselves in a brand new world, in a new reality, with different senses and different bodies altogether.
And new hormones.
That too.
Oh,
some of those are
hormone
undead hormones, which are even worse.
We love it.
And from there on, we'll see how things go. Now, two things remain. There's one thing that remains a constant. Our players are divine beings. Thus, they bring a measure of their divinity with them into this new world in the form of one, momentum, which they bring whatever they carried forward from before, and anything that they may acquire through, let's call it, under the table dealings with the GM, which usually will be for some interesting effect. Momentum can be used in the same way they use strings or to heal anything. Either give themselves bonuses on dice, on rolls or such things, or to heal harm and so on. The other item that comes with them is their legend, which they can use to call on their legendary title. But when they do so, their characters will go dark, meaning their worst monstrous self will be represented, and it'll be big and not very subtle. With that all said, let's jump into this episode of RPNauts. We'll see you after the intro.
I can understand you're tired of this town, and I'm not saying that we have to settle down now. Just remember this: we could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do. And I'll be out there looking for someone like you.
Thank you all for joining us.
Alternate.
Since Mao
very
is
serious people.
so giggly,
Aw.
we'll begin. That's
No,
where we'll
we're
begin.
very serious people all the time.
Yeah.
We're very serious. I did not
That's where we'll
just,
begin.
make
We're angsty high schoolers.
Well, you're angsty.
We travel
Right.
through that door in New York, the Empire State Building.
Mhm.
Samuel went through without a second thought.
I'm
Mao
gonna go get my
and Mindy
sister.
and Hannah followed suit. Mindy providing, of course, the prior explanation of, it's going to be a weird trip. For Mindy, you know how this feels. It's not a good feeling to travel through. It's a bit unnerving. For Mao and Samuel, this is a new experience. Instantly, you feel weightless. Time almost seems to matter. You don't know if you've been in this almost like tunnel way of light. You don't know if you've been there for minutes, hours, days. You start to keep count and you lose count several times. I'm going to have one of you, well, both of you, roll me a d6. One of the d6 you'll be using for tonight's game. For the record, yes, we'll be using d6s, not d10s nor d7s.
Oh
twos
man,
you
I was
can
just about to ask.
Oops, I rolled a d12.
If you're wondering, d7s, it's come up.
In my defense, I copied and pasted something that I messed up to begin with. So I guess it was my fault too. Okay.
In my
And I
defense, I
copied
messed up and then I copied it.
See, and I copy pasted what Mindy did because I'm usually like, okay, yeah, I'll just like copy paste before I forget what the other person did. And yeah, no, that was it's fine.
So a d6 from either of you. Actually,
Oh,
sorry, both
I
of you.
We got 2 rolls.
How much did you roll?
I got a 2.
No?
3.
3. Samuel, you keep falling down this tunnel. For Mindy, you're pretty much just calmly waiting, expecting, the unexpected. Where will you land? Mao, you for a moment feel solid ground under your feet. And you find yourself facing someone dressed very much like you, in just like a simple robe. They almost seem like, in their case, almost like tattered attire, like just scraps of clothing. Seems to be a young man with very short cropped hair, but with a scraggly beard. Is this first time?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Figured. I know it seems like it's going to take too long. It won't. Just close your eyes and stop worrying.
Last time somebody told me that I turned into a human, but okay. And they closed their eyes.
You hear almost like a whisper. You hear the voice the person's voice telling you, "Don't worry. The first time through these tunnels is always unusual. You'll get used to it." And you pass through. And when you open your eyes again, it's not this Mao we're talking anymore. We are in a town somewhere in the world, and in a small private home of a different Mao. Can you tell us a bit about this Mao? Who is she? What is she?
So this
What are they?
Mao
Sorry.
is. Yep, thank you. They might fuck with they, she, you never know. We'll see where this goes. But this Mao, yeah, they're in kind of just like, it's a small apartment. It's pretty minimalistic, but it's minimalistic but gothic. Like a less elaborate Addams Family kind of vibe, because there's only so much you can do. But the odd thing is there's random bursts of color things. So everything's monochromatic, except sometimes there's just bright pink objects in the room. Or you go into another room and there's bright purple. And sometimes a nice powdery blue. Like the things that matter the most to them, in their opinion, are the things that kind of have a touch of color, because it's kind of like what keeps them reminded that they're actually here. As far as their clothing goes, it's pretty similar to what Mao Prime wore, except it's in blues and not greens. And the odd thing is their hair is bright pink with purple.
Of that. You awaken. If this mouse sleeps or not, that is a completely different matter. Your phone rings. It is a very familiar number. It is, "Hello, dear."
Hi, what do you want?
Oh, just a little update from you. How is my darling boy faring on a day-to-day?
Well, he told somebody to fuck off earlier, almost got detention.
They get rebellious at this age.
They often do. I guess, I don't know. It's first time caller, not a long time fan though.
Don't need to be a fan as long as you remember your role.
No, I know. Well,
I won't.
is there anything else you need?
No. Well, yes, I am planning a small trip. Just so you know, to keep a closer eye during these days. I have many interested parties that might come knocking.
For me?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Let's just say I need you to act your best or worst self for my darling boy in the next few days.
Oh, trust me, that's no issue. He doesn't even know I exist.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
I
fine,
won't
whatever.
take more
I
of
think
your time. I think you must be getting
I
to
got
school
like
soon.
important shit to do, because you know how popular I am. I'm just like that weird ass like Mindy bitch. I don't fucking know. Like everybody loves her, and I'm just like, what the fuck? You know anything about her? Because, like, oh my god, when you meet her, you're gonna love her, but Jesus.
She laughs. It's that laughter, almost like she's laughing at the punchline of a joke only she knows, and hangs up.
Fucking bitch. And they get
Talk
ready.
about my mom like that.
You don't know how it exists, excuse you.
You sit behind
That's
me.
my
How am I
mom.
supposed to know?
So Mao,
Yeah.
where with this wonderful and heartwarming conversation done, where to next?
Mel goes through their phone, checks their ever important schedule, and sees what day of the week it is. And out of
Let's
character,
say
what
much like
time
today,
they-
it's a Friday. We're heading into the weekend.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. So is it after school right now?
No, you are beginning the day.
Before?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to get ready and, get their pretty face on, which is just their face, and pack up their bag, throw like a book in there, throw in a like notebook to who fucking cares about homework, really. And they head out, and when they head out, they go and grab a black coffee. And it's with their travel mug.
Wonderful. You travel and you see all the familiar faces, all the different people you share time and some space and breathing room within school. And of course, coming in to school about the same time as you are 4 identical looking young women. Mindy's, tell us about yourselves.
Yes. So the Mindys are quadruplets. They wear red jackets, and there's an A, a B, a C, and a D. And Mindy A is always at the head. And Mindy A is the one who kind of sits first before the other ones do. And the other ones seem to always kind of be aware of Mindy Alpha. Let's just call her. Mindy A is what they do in school. When you have like more than one Michael, you go by last name. Well, their last name is the same. In fact, no one knows their last name. It's only ever Mindy, but they do go by Mindy A, B, C, and D.
Hated that shit.
When they were 7, they just appeared to a family, and all of a sudden that family had quadruplets and always had quadruplets. Always had.
Naturally.
That's true. Yeah. And, the Mindys have a business here that they are trying to attend to, but it seems that they have to go to high school to remain normal. So they go to high school.
It is a brand new day, and you are coming through the front doors, and immediately Mindy's B to D are already giving you notes. It says Mao clocked 7. This Esther Yu clocked 2:00.
Yes.
Essentially
And she'll
feeding
take
you
reports.
information so you can focus on whatever anything else you want to. You essentially have a 360 view of your environment as reported by the other Mindys.
There is almost something slightly robotic about Mindy. Not quite, but something kind of cold and focused the entire time. I think people interpret it as coolness, but it is not something Mindy herself or the others are particularly interested in. They are observing, and it is interesting to see the comings and goings of high schoolers and their power dynamics, which is something very interesting to know, how people here in this place, in this particular part of the galaxy, are, how they function. Because that's how you learn perhaps how they don't function. Not that that's what she's trying to find out. It's fine.
Passing by the different lockers, as there is, of course, a locker for Mindy A, B, C, and D right next to one another, allowing them to open the lockers and extract or put things in there in what almost seems synchronized effort. There is the sound of flute as you see Piper practicing in the middle of the hallway. The flute, the sound is, it's not a melody. It doesn't, it is, the melody doesn't seem to be a particular song, though it does seem to have a pattern to it. And it seems almost familiar to Mindy. Like to
Mindy
find
D.
out more, perhaps.
Yeah, Mindy D. Keep writing this pattern down in your notebook. We'll look at it later.
If you want Mindy D to know more, you'll have to make a roll.
Fantastic. Roll for Mindy.
Roll for Mindy.
Roll for Mindy. Is it one of the Monsterheart rolls or just a regular? Okay.
Give me a sec to find the.
Oh, no problem.
Gaze into the abyss.
Get into the Mindbiss.
The Mindbiss. No.
It's Mindy's all the way down.
Oh my God, shut up.
Dear Lord. It's dark, right? You're muted.
Actually, use gaze into the abyss because you are tapping into your connection to make one of the Mindys.
Oh, it's streaming, isn't it? You can always hear their emotions. Yep. Okay. Okay, so I can add a 1 to my roll with streaming. Her one of her queen moves.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. What's my dark here one? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna add 1 to that. Okay, so that's 8 plus 1 is 9.
9. Mindy D jots down the pattern of the tones. It's and through your collective intellect, you decipher a fragment of it, and it's almost like a disguised Morse code. And it's saying establishing contact.
Mindy's head kind of Mindy Alpha's head kind of goes up. She doesn't like this. There shouldn't be anybody else here doing anything perhaps similar to what her job is. Nope, she doesn't like it. Nope. She taps her toe in a very controlled but specific anger tap.
Piper suddenly. Sorry?
Can Mo enter the room at that point?
Yes, of course.
Mo enters the room and sees the tapping and just goes, "You fucking dancing anytime soon? Keeping the beat? Like, you okay, dude?"
What? Oh. Hello.
Hi.
Yes. Social. We are busy right now, Mao. Yes, so I'm stopping this conversation. And she'll just like turn her eyes away.
Mao, when you arrived, When you arrived and interacted with Mindy, Piper's flute stops dead. And she turns on her heel and walks away.
So in that moment when Mao is talking to Mindy, it's like Mao and Mindy know each other. They've seen each other. But as soon as like all that scene happens, Mao just goes back to their seat and just like kicks their feet up, like, and like on top of the desk, doesn't care if they're gonna get in trouble. They just watch.
The door opens and another figure walks in. This would be almost like the queen bee of the high school movie. The extremely almost athletic, attractive, athletic person. Long hair and a ponytail, wearing sunglasses, taking them off casually before taking something out of the backpack and handing a flyer to all 4 Mindys and to Mao and others. It's this is Wanda Dubois, handing over, of course, flyers for the new cheerleader tryouts. Unfortunately, some of the troop was pushing the envelope a bit too much, and half of the members are injured after a synchronized quadruple backflip didn't exactly work correctly, and some people had to be taken to the hospital.
Whoopsie.
The cheerleaders go hard in this school, so of course now they need. The flyer in fact says we need more warm, scratch, abled bodies for the tryout.
The other Mindys just hand over the flyer to Mindy A, who immediately just folds them up and puts them in her bag.
The one that approaches Mindy, but in fact goes straight for Mindy A, ignoring the other Mindys. Says, Mindy, sweetie, can I count on you to be there at the tryouts?
No.
Oh, come on, why not?
The integrity of my schooling would be affected by any possible injury that might occur, will probably occur.
I'll teach you myself. I've never been injured. I'll teach you myself, and that way nothing bad will happen.
Wanda, I cannot waste time with a frivolousness of cheerleading.
Oh, come on. Think of all the valuable experience you'll have, all the people you'll get to know, and she gets very close.
Okay.
All the delightful times that we can have.
I think the other...
all of your other Mindys.
The other Mindys have moved towards Mindy A and are trying to get in between Mindy and Wanda. As you can see, we're very busy, Wanda. So if you could continue your social grasping elsewhere.
I'm actually going to have you make a roll for this. To see how your collective... We're going to have you roll to keep your cool.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, this is great. This is good. Okay, all right. That is 5, 6, 7.
I think you... Oh, 7 total.
Oh, yeah, 2 cold.
Right.
Yeah.
Your Mindies will act as a buffer. But I'll leave you to decide in which way they go a bit too hard.
Oh. Yes. So one of the other queen moves I have chosen is the click. And they are armed with dangerous stuff. Yes. So I think if there is a threat happening, if no one else can see, I think I think how this looks is there's almost a squelchy tentacleness that happens about the chest that would push Wanda back and maybe even do some like tapping, slapping.
A squishy tentacleness.
Yes.
Love
Yes, I think
it.
that's a polite way to say it.
You push her back, and
They instantly go
Oh,
back in.
ugh. I will say because it is a success. No one notices the tentacleness, but there is a sharp intake of breath, as in a social sense you've escalated.
Mm.
Well, one of the Mindies escalated anyway.
Yeah.
But Wanda is perfectly calm and composed, and just wipes, almost takes like a tissue, kind of wipes some slime on the front of her shirt. Goes, very well. You could have just said no. And gives you a dead stare that even with everything Mindy has learned of social interactions over all these years, tells you this is not the end.
Mm.
There'll be hell to pay in some other way. At that point, the
Mindy
door
B.
opens.
Yeah. She has Mindy B make a note. Questionable social interaction. Revenge, ? Quickest way to resolve, ? Disappearance, ?
Mindy B is already collating different options of different tangents. There's, of course, the violence, the measures to be taken to make the body disappear. You know, dismemberment, dissolving, and you know. And of course, you know, there's the other options that go, feign intimacy, trying to gain favor, and so on.
We have to database this, and then we will make a decision.
At that point, the door opens, and in walks a beautiful specimen of, as far as everyone knows, humanity. Samuel, tell us a bit about yourself.
This Samuel was not raised by a lovely older woman who had a family of adoptees who cooked them meals every night and asked them about their day. This Samuel was adopted by somebody who could sense that there was something special about him. A very dignified, mysterious socialite that always seemed to be drinking some red wine, and who was a traveling curator and who never stayed in any town more than 5 years or so, and now 2 years or so. And Samuel has been brought up by this woman, and mysteriously seems to have stayed 16 for 20 years now. This Samuel is not interested in law and rules in terms of equalizing everyone. He is interested in laws and rules in terms of beating everybody else down with them so that he can stay in control. Humans are toys and food. That's what his mom taught him. And when you're special, you can kind of do what you want. The rules are not for you, they're for other people.
Of course. You come in at the tail end of this interaction.
Oh, and I'm always there like, I'm the last person to walk into the room. Everybody better be watching me walk into the room. Thank you.
You time it. The moment this social interaction, this faux pas between the Mindies and Wanda is done, then you make your entrance.
Did you make a fairy named Wanda? Seriously?
I did not make
Where's
a fairy named
Cosmo?
Wanda. I put a character in a seating chart called Wanda, and you all defined her. So don't
I
put
think
this one on me.
This one might be on me.
That's true. That's true. That one is
I'm
that
the
one is
one
Megan's.
with pink hair.
You picked what kind of person you were. She's definitely a fae, though. Don't trust that.
I'm just gonna say this one's on you. But yes, Samuel, you come in. Of course, as always, some heads
As
turn.
always.
I'm going to
Samuel
ask
service 16.
do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heads of our other 2 characters. Do they turn to look at the newcomer?
Mindy's foreheads.
Mao doesn't.
That's okay. I didn't notice you anyway.
Yeah.
Damn.
The Mindies keep a close eye on Samuel, more in tracking a threat than anything particular. So it's more just a target has entered. Okay.
What?
Just
Just a
there
little-
always one Mindy has to be watching where Samuel and where Samuel is.
Oh.
Yeah. That's the edict that went down. 2 eyes on Samuel at all times if he is in the same room as us.
Samuel, you sit in your seat.
At the
To
front of
your
the room,
left
of course.
is, of course, one of your fellow students, Omar, who gives you a perfunctory nod, which for Omar is as much as you're going to get. Everybody, there's of course some faces turning towards you, which is exactly what you want.
What I expect, really.
You do, though, as people pile in, you do notice that some seats are empty.
Are those seats that are normally empty?
No,
Or
there are other fellow students. They're empty.
nobody I ate, I presume.
Let's say you have learned, because that's how you've been instructed, to make sure that your appetites don't leave a trace. So of course you do have your tastes.
Sure,
But
but
you
it'd be
always
silly
make
to eat my
sure
classmates.
that
I
it can
mean.
never come back to bite you, and a classmate is too much potential heat.
Of course, I'm
No
the one who does all
snacking
the
at
biting.
school.
Mhm.
Yeah.
An occasional nibble here and there is fine, but making people disappear, no.
Okay.
That's crass.
Anybody-
That's beneath you.
Anybody interesting missing or just rabble?
No one that you would call interesting. Though
Must be an illness going around. I should watch what I eat.
one of them that went missing is, at least for the first part of the year, before you set down, some kind of rule, before you took control of certain aspects of this classroom, before, the different almost organic factions developed in this classroom between on one end, the Mindy collective or the group or those four, and the people that, gravitate towards them. The outcasts, of which Mao is a perfect specimen, though that name doesn't ring a bell to you. And of course, those who gravitate around you and the ones who gravitate around Wanda.
I feel like there's a part of my never remembering Mao has a little bit to do with my mother's influence. Like, she did it on purpose. But also, like, if you ever talk to Samuel about Mao, like, you have to be like, the one with the pink hair. Oh, right.
Pretty much. There was one outlier. His name was Thomas. Known only as Thomas. No one ever, if someone ever mentioned his surname, quickly forgotten. But he very much for the first 2 months was more or less the class bully.
I bet you
Which
didn't try to
means he
bully
was
me.
quickly and swiftly put in his place by the rest of you. Perhaps the one moment of true cooperation between every other faction in this classroom.
This poor guy shows up in class. He's like, I've done this every year. I'm going to be on top of the food chain. And all of us were like,
Cute.
Despite his attitude, he was
very cute.
what you would consider physically imposing. Taller, bigger than most, but an attitude that was not conducive to a normal social environment. He was, I will say, I'll make this, throw a bone here, and I'll let Mao handle this however they wish. This person was terrified of Mao. Like, shockingly, very, very much afraid. I'll leave it to you to decide why that is. His seat is one of the ones that's empty. And it was not empty.
Oh, I think, can I have that one be the empty one in front of me?
Yes, of course.
That I'm popping my feet up on? Yeah. Yeah, so the reason why he was so terrified was so terrified is because Mao has the hunger and he saw something he shouldn't have.
Ooh.
So him not being there, wow, oh, too bad, so sad. Pops feet up on the chair in front. Like, they're sitting in the desk. You know how grade school school chairs are in like the American setting, where there's like those chairs and desks in attached, and there's a little basket underneath. Essentially, I'm thinking the room kind of looks like that, and their feet are on top of the chair in front of them. So empty chair. Wow, Thomas isn't here. That sucks.
He was here the day before, though. Of course, always keeping almost like a glance towards the back to make sure he always had Mao almost within his sights. Just making sure that, Mao was accounted for in a way.
Don't turn around. What? Oh.
He is missing along with a few others now. And I will tell you right away, it's not that surprising. All over school, people have just stopped coming. The door opens and your teacher comes in. Says, okay, everybody, to your seats. This is a it's got middle-aged gentleman, very tall, in, a very well-pressed suit. Even has like a vest and a tie. Very classic looking gentleman. Very much, almost like very angular face, almost a sharp nose, almost like aquiline features, like bird-like, piercing, bright amber eyes. Goes, everyone, please to your seats. Well, let's suppose there's no hiding it. We've received official confirmation that Thomas is missing. The authorities have now confirmed that he's been missing. His parents have not seen him in a while. Well, at least since yesterday. Please, if you know anything of what may have happened to him, please talk to a member of the staff, and hopefully we can get him back to his family. Seems to be a trend in the past few days. But I say we carry on. There's very little we can do. Just please make sure that you don't go anywhere alone. Go places with friends, or have your parents pick you up, please. If you need to, there's always, the school bus. You can always trust a member of our staff to help you in anything you need. Now, open your books and class goes. Class goes by, and the different members of a classroom, everybody interacts. And we come to lunch. There's lunchtime, there's a canteen, there's also places nearby the students are allowed to head to for a quick bite or two. What are you all doing?
Samuel has no need to go to the canteen, obviously. Also does not go off campus to go get something to eat. Instead, he goes to the school library. He doesn't actually check out any books. It's just like a fairly dark room in the high school, So he just sits at a table by himself and puts his feet up on it and does nothing.
You go to do that, and you find that the table is occupied. And there's someone already there, feet on the table, resting up, and it's one of your classmates. It's Harm.
Is it? Samuel has long legs, so he's just gonna stand with his hands on his pockets and then just kick Harm's feet off the table. Excuse me, you're in my seat.
Piss off, pretty boy.
I think you'll want to move.
Make me.
Cool, I'm gonna use my hypnotize move.
Do it.
Hypnotic. You can hypnotize people who have no strings on you. Roll with hot. On a 10 up, they do exactly what you wish and have no idea that anything is wrong. On a 7 to 9, there's stuff. Let me just roll, and then I'll read stuff if I need to.
Please roll poorly.
Don't do this to me. This is the first roll. Come on.
Samuel's first roll. Let's go.
Yeah. That's going to be an 11.
You're like, suck it.
You straight up go, essentially make a move because he's ignoring you. You kind of tap him so he is forced to engage. And the moment your eyes lock, his eyes turn the same color as yours. And you give your command and he goes, yes, master. And stands and just goes wherever you wish him to go.
Good boy. Why don't you go stick your head in the toilet?
Okay, yeah. Yes, master. And
Samuel will just sit down in the spot.
he kept it warm for you.
How nice.
Delightful. Mao, what is Mao up to during lunchtime?
Also, does it need to eat during lunchtime? So they're keeping a watchful eye on Samuel pretty much from a distance where Samuel can't find them exist essentially while there. And just kind of like just watching this whole thing going down and like trying not to laugh pretty much.
I'm gonna
like,
ask two questions. I'm gonna ask a question. Okay. Does Mao, I would say Mao, you immediately clock what happened. Because of course I think, unless I'm mistaken, you are fairly aware of Samuel's nature. So of course you would know the tricks they can pull. Do you safeguard harm from harm? Or they're getting what they deserve?
Right now they're gonna let Samuel kind of get away with it. They've had a rough morning.
I will now make something else. I will have, I'm gonna make it a post roll from you.
Okay.
Hot versus cold.
Hot versus cold?
Hot from
all right.
Mao versus cold on Samuel. Just to see if this stealth and subtle vigilance is working as intended.
Okay. What?
If you have a better suggestion, hit me.
No, that works for me. What happens when you have negative in something?
You just do minus that to your roll. Yeah, I have 2 positives and 2 negatives.
I'm confused.
You roll 2d6 and you subtract it from your roll.
Oh, okay. Okay, that works. Thank you. Okay, I got 6.
Okay.
Well, let's see if I can eat these.
Oh. So is it 6 verses? What did Samuel get? Oh, you mute.
Sorry, what am I rolling against?
Cold.
Oh shit. Okay. I got a 10.
That pink-haired weirdo is they're hanging about closely. and kind of have an eye on you.
Of course they do. I mean, who doesn't? Honestly, you would have to be crazy not to.
I would say, Mao, you have been discovered, but it's profoundly clear. Samuel doesn't give a rat's ass that you're there.
I'll probably forget this happened in 10 minutes,
Yeah.
inexplicably.
Yeah, Mo doesn't care. It was like, okay, whatever. And like if like they look back or anything, they'll just kind of like look over them and just like head nod and just like whatever. Because they didn't act on trying to stop them or anything really. So it's really like a non-issue, I think, really. Because it's like, okay, whatever. That just happened. Okay. They don't care. They're not gonna remember.
There's a tap on your shoulder, Mao.
Mm-hmm.
And Wanda is there. Hello, dear.
Oh, hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Are you coming to the tryouts?
You want someone lively, right?
Lively, athletic, durable. All those are descriptors that work just fine for us.
Have you seen me?
That's exactly why I'm here.
Oh, you were desperate then, huh?
I mean, there were some broken bones.
You guys really got to be better about that. Look, I know I'm dexterous and pretty reliable. No fucking doubt there. But like me, a cheerleader, who do you think you are? Who do you think I am?
I mean, fine. Let's say, don't put yourself down. Second, fine, you may not be the, what would people call the classical choice, but darling, it beats creeping on the weirdo kid. Fine, he's good looking.
Like the weirdo kid, if I'm being honest.
Did I hear that?
Ooh. I'll say yes. You are in a place, you went to the library. It is a quiet place. So sound does carry more easily. And I
Cool.
like drama, so yes.
Excellent. I mean, one of the founding rules of Monsterhearts is messy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I forget exactly how it's worded. I think Megan knows.
I think it said feral. Keep it feral
Yeah,
is one of
keep
the
it
things.
feral. That's what it is. So beautiful. I'm gonna wait until her conversation with Mao is over. I will casually place myself at the exit so we can have a little chat.
I mean, I understand crushes, but you're coming a bit too strong, honey.
Oh, I don't have a crush on anyone, but you know, that's cute. I think you want me to want you. And like, I'm flattered. Like, you trust me, you're not ugly. You're just not my type. You're like too bubbly. I like him gothic and dark and tells me to fuck off. You don't tell me to fuck off enough. So if you'd like to leave, please do.
Oh. And I want to say, she looks at you and she is just still very much bubbly. And you're telling her that, and she just giggles and just puts a hand here on you and just lifts you with one hand and goes, "Is this fuck up enough for you?" And just does the Michael Myers head tilt.
No, needs a little bit more something. Try harder next time.
Oh well, had to try, and drops you and walks away. Still,
Straight into my arms, I hope.
still, if you want to do the tryouts, it'll be funny.
Yeah, that's why you want me.
We could have so much fun, Mo, if you only gave it a chance.
On my own. I have fun on my own. I'm a good solo act.
Yes, I have seen calloused hands and walks away. And yes, walks straight into Samuel's inviting arms.
Also, what did she call me again? The weirdo?
Yeah, the weirdo kid.
Hello.
Sammy! How are you?
Aww.
Are you coming to the tryouts?
Oh, you know I'm not. You know, I just don't think I have any promise.
I mean, some people are born with style and grace, and there's people like
And
you.
some people are you. Oh. Listen, Wanda, why don't you go harass Candace and leave everybody cool alone?
I mean, I think I need to tell you because I'm a caring person.
Oh, so sweet.
The whole act is not working. It doesn't work. We all know you're just a little mama's boy. He is the really interesting one. You are just riding her coattails, and it's kind of, it's not attractive, dear.
Well, that's very interesting. You mean the parent that I haven't seen in 8 months, me riding coattails.
I mean, I can understand. If I was your parent, I could understand not wanting to see you for 8 months.
Cute. Can I, in some way, use gaze into the abyss, or just through personal history? Do I have any background on how I can piss Wanda off in return? You know, I guess what I'm
Actually-
asking is if I have any strings on her.
I was gonna have Mao defend
Oh,
Samuel
by all means.
actually, without Samuel knowing. So I want to see if Mao can do something to Wanda.
I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Okay.
We're just here to have a very messy time.
Yeah, I want what are the moves I can do? I don't have the full book. I only have the playbook sheet.
Oh, I have the player sheet in front of me. You have turn someone on, roll with hot, shut someone down, roll with cold, keep your cool, which I might have to do in a second.
Yes, you will. You need to do it because I think this is getting to Samuel.
How fucking dare you, first of all? Lash out physically. You roll with volatile. That's to like physically attack somebody. Run away. I don't think you're doing that. Gaze into the abyss is get experience. You use dark, and then you can pull on strings.
So I want to use my either something with dark or cold.
Oh, shut someone down is the cold move, the ultimate cold move. I don't know what your personal moves are.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Actually, they'll want to they'll shut Wanda down from like behind, like they'll like kind of like get up right behind them, right behind her and just go, honey, I told you to fuck off. You haven't told me to fuck off good enough, and now you're doing it to the weird kid? Leave.
Fuck, don't call me weird kid.
I did air quotes when I said weird kid.
Okay.
It's gonna be a shutdown from you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be a keep your cool from you.
From me?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Has two reasons. One, Wanda's been in your face for a while, and she's not backing down. And two, you're being defended by the pink-haired weirdo whose name you've already forgotten.
Again, it just keeps sliding away somehow.
Question, technicality. Since depending on how this goes, and if Samuel like botches and does not remember, would I be able to use my one move? Would it count as using my one move? The golem move? Because Samuel's going to forget it and not remember if they roll badly.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Let's go, Samuel.
Right now, the Keep Your Cool is more, he's being defended by the social outcast, and it's like this, and at the same time being, confronted,
Being
something
annoyed.
Samuel doesn't like.
I sure don't. Stay the heck away from me. Ooh, it's still gonna be an 8, so I didn't completely fail.
Don't completely fail.
And I got an 11, so...
Oh no, you've pretty much quieted down Wanda, and she turns to you, and much like it was with Mindy, there's a look there to you that Mao is, this is not the end, but I am retreating for now. Samuel, I'm going to say you succeed. You are not losing your shit completely. But she will gain a string on you because you are visibly rattled.
Which? Mao or
Wanda?
Dang it. That's fair.
But she does leave with a displeased look on her face.
Good.
Mindy, how do the Mindies do during this procedure of ingesting nourishment to maintain the integrity of the physical vessel, aka
Exactly.
lunch?
Yes. They have their own table. And they always bring their own packed lunch, which I guess to most would just seem a protein bar and nothing suspicious. They do kind of take bites at the exact same time, like it's choreographed.
Yeah.
And they all finish at the exact same time.
Not at all unnerving.
No.
Not at all.
It's just a plain protein bar that has all the nutrients you need from this time period until the sundown time period.
Sitting at your table suddenly is Sandy. He goes, "Hi, Mindy."
They all turn their heads. Hello, Sandy.
Can I join you for lunch?
The answer is always no, Sandy.
Come on, don't be like that.
There was only 4 chairs here. You brought over a chair. There was no invitation to sit. We made it very clear through social cues that this was a closed circle.
Come on. It's just lunch.
And we have finished ours. We require 5 minutes of contemplation and processing before we commence education again.
And almost a bit dispirited, Sandy walks away.
She's trying her best.
I heard damnedest. Another person comes and just pulls up a chair to the table.
The head's all whipped the other direction.
Hey, Mindy. It's Candace.
Hello. Hello, Candace.
Just wanted to have a quick chat. What do you all think of this cheerleader tryout thing? Wanda's coming awfully strong on this. It's frankly a bit annoying, but does seem interesting.
You're sitting at our table and you were not invited, but this is an interesting conundrum to discuss. No, we're not interested in Wanda or whatever she has to say. She's only looking for warm bodies. She seems to be mostly concerned about throwing more meat into the grinder.
I'm not taking part in the tryouts, but I'm definitely gonna go watch them. Because they promise to be interesting. Plus, there's always a chance that something's gonna happen and Wanda will be thoroughly humiliated, and that's always fun.
A possibility to learn a weakness. And all the Mindys go quiet for a second. Like,
Buffering.
Yes. We agree this is good knowledge to have. We will also watch the tryouts. This was acceptable information. Thank you.
I'm always here for good chat and for good information. See you in the afternoon, Mindy, and walks away.
Put them on the useful list.
Mindy C has the class chart and just marks a tick next to the name.
It's constantly evolving. Who is useful, the most useful? Who has lost their use? Who is promising, but not there yet?
Your chart does have now been has now been updated that Thomas, Felicity, and Dwayne, all three have now gone missing.
Yes. They're moved down with question marks.
And of course, Thomas.
There's also a use of stickers because they are high school. They are high school girls and nothing more. So a lot of their markings in these notebooks involve stickers. There's hearts and stars and a sad face. So there's a sad face next to like Thomas and Felicity. It's an unbreakable code.
The day passes and we come to the afternoon where a lot of people have come to see the tryouts. Because everybody, like it or not, everybody wants to see a train crash.
I'm definitely there just to see Wanda make a fool of herself or, lose horrifically or whatever. Also to be seen.
Is Mao there?
Mao is, but under the bleachers.
Nice.
Is Samuel, front and center as always?
Oh, he's like sitting in the top bleacher in the center, and definitely there's like a wide berth, unless somebody is not doing that, but that would be his preference. That it just seems like he's a king on top of his throne, and then there's the rabble is down at the bottom.
I would say someone near the top. Let's say in the same level as you, but not next to you, is Omar. But more, you can tell me you've interacted with Omar. Omar doesn't really interact, but it's more, you realize that's very much the thing the white birth people give you is almost like a social blanket for him. Like, no one bothers me while I'm here.
He's like, oh, there's an absence here. Yes,
yeah, he's going for the absence. That's where he's going.
Fine, I guess. As long as he doesn't try to like
walking up and sitting in between Omar and you is Candace.
Oh God.
There's
Candace,
Samuel.
Of course.
It has like a Coke in hands. Is Samuel. Oh,
Candace.
fair enough. Just here to see the proceedings. Wanna make a bet?
I bet you someone injures themselves.
Okay, can you repeat that? I didn't hear it.
I bet you someone injures themselves.
Oh, that's an easy bet.
Hmm.
That's an easy bet.
Fine. I bet you someone drops Wanda.
Oof, that's a good one. I'd like to see that one. I have something even better for you.
Mm-hmm.
I have, and she literally pulls out almost like a wallet and opens it in front of you, and it's basically tickets to every concert imaginable. And it's like, I have a few free tickets, all legally sourced, of course.
Of course.
Offer a couple of these if you take part in this fiasco and outperform our dear Queen Bee.
I'm sorry, did you say me?
Of course.
You know what? I don't cheerlead.
I'm not saying cheerlead. I'm saying put on a show. And Samuel, heart to heart, we both know you like putting on a show.
Samuel is going to select from her list of tickets the ones that are for, like, you know, your My Chemical Romance type.
Okay.
You know, the ones with victims that are easy to prey on.
Easy to get rid of the bodies.
I'm sorry. Sorry. My apologies. Yeah, right. Yeah. The thing that I just said. My Chemical Romance type shows, people are easy to prey on, easy to get rid of the bodies. People are really into, like, his type, even more than they might be at other concerts. And maybe a K-pop show, if she has any of those. Yeah, like, he's very handsome. He could do well at a K-pop show as well. And most of the people there are teenagers. I'm sure it'd be easy to find a couple that are, like, in a gaggle. He can slip one away. You know, whatever.
But do they scare the living shit out of him?
I mean, he's never actually been to one. So they will scare the living shit out of him. Yeah, for sure. Right now he's just like, oh, they're easy prey.
Yep.
That's gonna be his problem for a later time. Okay.
I get it that you're interested.
You're on.
Wonderful.
You have to do something for me, obviously.
Of course. Quid pro quo and all that.
Uh-huh. I was just going to say that you need to make sure that my music comes on.
I can handle that. And she stands and just goes to Omar and whispers something in his ear, and he nods and walks down.
I'm really tempted for his music to be toxic by Britney Spears.
Hey, your music is what you want it to be.
It has to be. It has to be now. It has to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be toxic.
I was thinking that or Lights Out by Mindless Self-Indulgence.
We're gonna go with toxic, but that's a good one.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Samuel,
he's gonna wait for the cheerleader, like, tryout to start, And then once it seems to be kind of in the thing, we'll just like at Omar to start the music, and then just like do a really like it looks choreographed, but like a very slinky, sexy kind of dance, like up on top of the bleachers. You know, as you do.
As you do, of course. Okay, cool. The music kicks in. Mindy, all attention on the stands swiftly goes from the Chile tryout, which so far the only information it has offered is that, yes, Wanda is very physically capable, has very good balance, and, you know, good at what she does. The tryouts, most of them you're certain will get physically injured at some point or another. If not today, then soon.
Yeah, they've already ranked them of who is absolutely going to get hurt first and how permanent that injury will be.
Now, the music kicks in and then the attention shifts to Samuel. Do the Mindies follow suit and turn?
Yes, the Mindies don't like this at all. Samuel is doing some sort of display of power, and he is absolutely like they are very aware. In fact, they've kind of gone together in like a triangle formation and are almost like ready to do anything if this becomes some sort of battle. Maybe perhaps he's making his move now. We've always suspected it.
I'm going to ask an important question.
Yes.
Are the Mindies willing to do a dance-off?
Oh, here thing. They won't know it's a dance battle at first. They're just trying to match what's happening. So they will assume it's some sort of show of dominance.
Which it is.
Yeah. So yes, absolutely.
The crowd goes wild, and Samuel, the Mindies are on a dance-off against you.
Oh no.
It's
Wanda
incredibly
I will tell you one good thing. Wanda is standing in the field, baffled.
Okay, but here's my problem. Samuel, obviously, very sexy, amazing dancer. But Mindy has four of her.
Yeah. And it's perfect every time. It's like they have a link or something.
It's like they have a link or something.
Yeah. They're always on the same beat.
Oh, something is happening on these bleachers. There's a lot of steps, a lot of movement. And you see the people on the field are staring up like, the hell?
Excuse me, some of those people are staring up like, oh, hey.
No. They were enraptured by Samuel. Problem is the moment the mechanical, I'm gonna use the reference, the Stepford Cuckoos stood up and started dancing.
Yeah.
That's when the looks kind of like, the hell? Impressed.
There's a lot of hand, almost like tutting motions. Like it's very mechanical. It is as if they are one.
And at that point, so Mo, is there anything you wish to do?
Yeah, my eye is on Wanda, and I overhear, because I'm right under where Samuel was having that discussion. I want to do something that makes Wanda get injured, like Samuel said.
Ooh.
I appreciate you, even if Samuel doesn't.
I know.
Are you trying to are you trying because a part of me thinks this will be you lashing out violently, trying to harm Wanda. How do you want to do this?
I want her to see me and get freaked out. So her doing that is what's going to make her injure herself. So I kind of like want my eyes, like as she looks and scans and does her shit, I kind of want her to meet my eyes and then freak out.
We're gonna have you roll dark for this.
Actually, what if no. What if I gaze into the abyss? And while I'm gazing into the abyss, my eyes kind of like glaze over and like glow a bit, and she just catches that.
Still, I'm gonna have you make a dark roll. We'll base the results on that.
Okay, that's fine with me. I was just like, wait, hold on. I know what narratively would be great.
Also, I am going to say at this very moment, middle of the dance-off, Prime Samuel and Prime Mindy download.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, come on, let me be mean Samuel longer.
Oh no!
I did say dramatically appropriate.
Oh, crap. fell right into it.
Samuel
did a
just
thing.
stops. And it just happens to be timed with the end of the song. Very lucky. But like his expression totally changes and he's just like,
Samuel,
I got it.
and he sits down abruptly.
for you, there's a moment of a blink. And it's a blink and you suddenly realize you're standing on a set of bleachers. Your skin looks very pale. Just kind of for a moment staring at your hands. And there's a whole lot of people around you, and all of them are teens. Also, you have almost like a rush of memories. And you know everything this Samuel does. You know the kind of person they are. And the fact that, hey, you're dead. You're a vampire. And you know, almost you can feel that Samuel almost like in the background, just locked away while you are in perfect control. You have successfully traveled to another world and taken over a different Samuel. I'm going to need you to roll Keep Your Cool.
Oh god, I hate this.
Wow. What was your roll?
Yep. 7.
7.
10.
First, I'm going to give you a bit of insight. With looking into the abyss, I'm going to tell you that you know that in about 10 seconds, you're going to be possessed.
Okay.
Something is going to happen to you, and you're going to be it's about to happen to you and to Samuel as well.
Okay.
And she does see your gaze. She's not gonna get fully wrecked, as if you had fully succeeded, but she takes a few steps back, right in the path of two of the tryouts doing something. So they kind of all fall on her. So there's a moment of clear humiliation, but not the outright injury that you were looking for.
Still worth it.
And you have that moment of satisfaction before you feel yourself locked in your own body. And it's almost like sleep paralysis. Like your eyes open, but you cannot move. And then you feel everything just go dark slowly. And then you blink, and it's Prime Mao. And Prime Mao is a feline, very much alive, very much using their senses. What will be the first thing they notice in this new reality and new body?
So the first thing they notice is they're in the dark-ish, which isn't unheard of for what they're used to. But they suddenly feel cold. like really cold, like more cold than they're used to, which kind of like gives them a shiver, which they automatically do. But when like after that's over, they kind of look, but they see that they're looking and creeping at people, which, you know, being cat, they do that, you know, they just observe, but they're wondering why the hell is everybody dancing? They're very confused.
Yeah, some people are dancing. You can clearly see some people that look like very. You also, I think, you looking around, you notice, for example, you might clearly notice, let's say Mindy is there. Only there's 4 of them, and they look very young. And I will say the Mindys, Mindy Prime comes in. What happens to Mindy's B, C, and D? Do they just collapse like ragdolls?
I think they just, it's almost more like a power down.
They go on standby mode.
Yeah, to and I would say Mindy is like, oh shit. Okay. All right. She does a couple things at once. She touches her head. Oh, thank God. All right. There's no horns or leku or anything weird coming of her head. She loves this. She's doing kind of a quick turnaround to kind of assess the situation. She's like, okay, current day, kids, shit. And I think she finishes the turn and she's looking at 3 Mindys.
Yeah. You are also, I'm going to tell you, the moment you notice them, you're suddenly overwhelmed by almost like sensory input. Like there's almost like you're feeling the biological version of network traffic coming from them to you. And for a moment, you shut that shit down for the moment. Almost instinctive. And they just go full on.
Oh no. Oh, it's very much just shit.
I'm going. Mao is out of sight. So whatever Mao is feeling, no one is going to care. But Samuel and Mindy, you both need to roll to keep your cool.
Fantastic.
Oh, I did my keep your cool roll. I got a 10.
You got a 10. Oh, you.
Oh, Samuel.
If there's something about Samuel, is that coolness is what he does.
Literally.
So you perfectly do not panic and just sit down and just let things solve themselves.
Totally normal. Just sits down. Okay. Everybody, like, the response that Vampire Samuel was looking for was just like a bunch of people who were like swooning, and what's her face is embarrassed, and Sam was like, okay, I think that was his goal. I'm just gonna sit here and not saying anything. He has his memories, so he knows that like sitting back and like feeling good about himself is the thing that other Samuel does a lot. So he's like, I'll just do. I'm so cool.
Samuel. Sup?
What about for Mindy?
9.
9. I say yes, you keep your cool. But what I'll say is you're not there yet on, let's say, reactivating the other Mindys. Yeah. So for the first time in recorded history, there's only 1 Mindy active. And the others are drawing attention to the fact that they're just not there.
You're starting to do gentle shoulder shakes on each one. Mindy, other Mindys. Come on, Mindy. This is not good for Mindys. Like just giving like general, maybe just trying to tap them on the head a little.
Candace approaches and says, no, Sandy approaches. Says, Mindy, is everything okay? Can I help you?
Trying so hard.
Hey. Hello. Hey, hi. Hello. No, I think everything is fine here. I think, or it's been no, it's fine. Thank you for your concern, fellow student. Yes, thank you for your concern, fellow student. But we have it on lock here. Thank you, fellow student kid. And she gives a thumbs up.
Oh my god, it's so awkward.
Mouse sees this happening and just like creeps out from the bleachers and goes over who was it?
Who?
Candace?
No, Sandy.
Sandy. Mo walks over to Sandy seeing Mindy, because they know that this is Mindy, right?
It sounds like her.
I mean, physically she looks like Mindy, and there's also you know when Mindy is waffling.
Yes. Okay. So good. My cat-like intuition takes over and crawls out from under the bleachers and goes over to Sandy. It's like, oh, Sandy, tell me more. How are you? Did you get really far?
I think Mindy turns around and sees this incredibly pale, pink-haired Mao and just, hey, is that you? Is that you in there?
They look over to Mindy, cock their head, wink, turn back to Sandy. Come on, tell me more about that hot rod that you were speaking about under the bleach when I was under the bleach. I heard you talking about this hot guy that you kind of like had a fling with.
I don't like to talk. Are you trying to shut her down or something?
What I think Mao is trying to do, honestly, is turn her on.
Ooh.
Like turn her on, but not with herself, with her memory of that hot guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, more so turn on her memory with the hot guy to distract her.
Make that roll. Let's see if you can spark a memory there.
Okay.
Well played.
Well, that would be the difference between turned on or flustered.
Yes, good. All right, so let's see. Roll 2. Yeah, come on. D6. Not. I shit you not. My fingers typed 7.
Again?
Okay, so there's something going on. None of us are to blame. It's something in the air. We are all cleared.
Oh, 3.
Oof da.
Oh, that backfires.
Rough.
Oh no! How does that backfire?
She for a moment goes like she's going to, and it goes, wait, you were listening to my private conversation on the bleachers? Ew, get away from me, freak.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. No, I'm here for Mindy. And Mindy and Mindy and Mindy and Mindy. So no.
No, I'm here for Mindy. You're whatever it is you do.
Okay, cool. Whatever. I'm still here.
Yeah. Did Mindy heard the name Sandy?
Yeah.
In that? Oh, fantastic. So now she has it. Sandy, thank you. I thank you so much for all your support. You know, we appreciate it. We just need a minute with our fellow student Mao. So if we could have, and I'm sure we could finish this later. You're a delight as always.
I'm gonna say she will walk away, but everyone around you has noticed this interaction in 2 ways. One, the difference in speech pattern is obvious, and 2, Mao doesn't interact with anyone. Mindy doesn't interact with Mao, and something's hinky here.
Would
I love the
Mindy be aware that is this a noticeable thing?
Oh hell yes.
Oof. All right.
I'm gonna offer you both something. I'm gonna offer as we said, momentum is something you're carrying forward from Scion, and you can use it to give yourself, the same way you could use a string, give yourself pluses or such. I'm going to offer you 1 momentum each,
Oh damn.
but in exchange, a certain Wanda will get a string on each of you
Oof.
because of this obvious relationship and
Ooh.
closeness that you are kind of
Mhm.
displaying.
Oh. Okay. I agree to the string because it's for Samara. Like we have to find Samuel's sister. We might need that. So yes, that's not Mindy's thought process. She doesn't know this is going on. That's Megan's thought process.
How about for Mao or Elliot?
You know what? Let her have a string on me. We already have a freaking fun relationship right now. Let's get more complicated, baby.
Hell yes. Okay, that'll be. Let me update the amount. Now you have. Remember, you both have. Well, you all have 5 momentum now,
Yay!
be-
This is a good decision.
Collectively.
which you can use at any
Okay.
point that you may require aid.
I mean, we're
But
doing so well right
what
now.
I'll
How
tell
can we
you
possibly
is
use
that
it?
of all the people noticing, and because you have almost like second nature, almost this backup of other memories that you can tap into, which Mao, I don't know how Mao is handling the fact that they can now have a full set of memories from another completely different
weird.
life.
Very weird.
I expect so. But you both notice that the person who seems the most interested and almost seems to be clocking something that no one else is Wanda, who's dusting herself off and is just looking at the bleachers like this area has suddenly turned into the most interesting thing of the day.
I would like to think, from Mindy's experience in private boarding school, like she knows that look Wanda's giving them. She's seen a power move before.
Oh,
She
yeah.
sees someone who's clocked something is going to use that against her. So it's like another shit. Ugh, I do not want to do high school again.
You have memories of boarding school
Ugh,
that
yeah.
are these power plays.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh,
It's the
It's-
fact, and
ugh.
it's the fact that you were in
Cocks
high
your head to
school
the side,
again.
looking over them like, what?
Samuel, you're muted.
Going through high school with the memories of somebody who's already gone through high school is just like an extra, just wild time. Because you're like, what? Why did we ever? Oh, right. Remember having what it was like having an undeveloped brain?
Oh God. No.
Yikes.
No, thank you. I
Do
stopped
we
at
see?
5 years
Oh,
ago.
You do not
Do
see
we see,
anyone who looks like
Samuel?
Samira, but you do see
Oh.
Samuel. Samuel is sitting on the bleachers, and I will say because of your closeness, even in particular, with the fact that you have double memories, you are absolutely clear that is your Samuel. Because there is a
Samuel?
degree of stiffness, of
It's
stick up the
this.
buttness that is unmistakable.
Yeah, there's like lounging back in a chair, and then there's like, I don't know if you've ever seen IT Crowd.
Look
Yeah.
casual, more.
Yeah, and they're like super
The
awkward.
party.
He's like
Yeah.
trying to lean back, but like the bleachers are the wrong height, and you can see like a little tear in his eyes too. He's just like,
It's like this. Like,
Yeah. Oh, Samuel. I think Mindy will take a look back at the other Mindys. If they're still a little shut down, she's going to go up to the clearly terrified Samuel, and I think sit down and go, You look very stylish, Samuel. I just want you to know that. I've never seen you look this stylish, and you're pulling it off.
I'm very cold.
I'm going to ask one thing though.
Mhm.
Before, when you jumped into this new world, Samuel was in full Yang mode, just fully aggressive, pissed off.
Oh, right. Yeah, he sure was.
This is no longer that's no longer the case because the virtue extremity lasts until the end of that scene or the end of the game, and you recover from it. But what I'm going to ask is, of those emotions, one of the particulars of those was Samuel was part outraged, just pissed off at the fact that Mindy had kept some things regarding Samira from him. Is any of that influencing this moment, or is just the overwhelming nature of this jump into this reality kind of overriding that?
No, delightful. So he was really angry. He just messed up the plans of not messed up, but threw a wrench in the works for the company, whatever the fuck they are, where he started making them do all the meetings, right? So then got rid of some of the aggression, but then just traveled to an entirely new place. He's hecking cold. He's a vampire, in a teenager's body. They're here looking for Samira, who sees nobody like her. Mindy knew this shit could happen, prepared nobody, was just like, oh yeah, your sister, just go after her. So he was sitting there trying to be casual and cool and normal, and then Mindy turns around to actually talk to him, and he just stands up, and loud enough for pretty much everybody who was at the cheerleading trials to hear, goes, "What the fuck, Mindy?"
And I think that's a great place to leave our session tonight.
Oh my god, yes. That is beautiful.
Amazing. All right.
I think that is the perfect place to leave tonight's game.
Yeah. Good thing we're in our prime form now and we're much more mature and able to handle our emotions than teenagers.
Incorrect. We have our minds, but we still have hormones of teenagers. I don't know how that works for vampires or dead ghouls. I have no idea. Or whatever the fuck you are. But
whatever the fuck Mindy is.
You could do
Ow, but also thank you. You're unique.
Twilight.
Watch Twilight. I'm not doing that. And neither is Samuel. No.
This is the end of tonight's session.
Hey, look, I kept him in all day.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to tell you, you will all gain 1 advancement from this. Meaning that
Nice.
your presence
Already?
here may be
Sweet.
making your hosts more powerful, which I'm sure
no.
will only complicate things.
Okay, I'm gonna add 1 to hot. I think that will be hilarious.
I think I am too.
Can you imagine
actually.
this nervous, anxious Samuel going into a vampire's body and then trying to turn people on? Hilarious. I'm gonna do
I'm
it.
looking forward to it because, hey,
same
if
thing
you
with
want to
Mal,
find
honestly.
Samira, you may need to turn
Yeah, I
a few
know.
people on.
It's gonna be funny.
This is for my sister.
Here's
Hey!
the thing. This
Hey.
is because of the nature of this game. This has turned Monsterhearts into essentially a detective story, where you'll be navigating the complex relationships of teenagers and manipulating and talking and influencing emotions and intimacy if you have to. To
Let me turn you on with my awkwardness is gonna be Mao.
to find out the person you need to
Look,
find.
he's cute.
Along the way you can decide if how much you want to screw with your hosts' lives. But thank you all for joining us for tonight. If you enjoyed the game, maybe consider dropping a follow. It's free and it really does help a lot. And that way you'll get a notification when this weirdness returns.
Hit the
Which will
bell
be in a couple
icon.
of weeks.
Yeah.
And we still have not
bell.
seen where Hannah comes into play.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So there will be things to see next time, and it'll be very interesting. Before we go, we're going to go around the room. and I can tell you who they are, who they were playing, and where you can find them in the dark corners of the internet. Let's start with the Stepford Mindies.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Megan. You can find me on Twitter at QuaiNot, and I have a little link on the top for all my other socials. Here on Twitch at Murphy Pop Art, I play games, I do art. That's what I do. Every Friday, that's not this Friday, I do Kind and Country on Lawful Geek, where I play my spider Nosferatu Clove. She has friends too. They're just not little Mindies, they're little spiders. And if you like Monster of the Week, go to your wherever you listen to your podcast and look for $2 creature feature. Doing the second season, stuff's getting crazy. We're a couple months ahead recording, so once again, I cannot tell you what's happening right now, but I can tell you that it's probably nuts, and it increases as we go.
It only gets more nuts from here.
That's it. We've reached the point. We've over the nut tipping point. It's only nuts now.
No.
Thank you. I'm a good salesperson.
We've reached over the nut tipping point.
Yeah. I'm going to see if that can be our motto. $2 creature feature. We're over the nut tipping point.
Yeah. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be a shirt.
It's gonna be a shirt.
Not only that, but Megan was part in the first season of Kernels of Mystery, or Kids on Bikes.
Oh God, yeah.
Game, which you can find the full season on the Lawful Geek YouTube channel.
That started over the nut tipping point. We started there.
It is a Kids on Bikes game, but the story of every episode is drawn from 1985 games' deck of stories. Both the opener, the Rise in Action, the climax, just drawn at random from a variety of decks. Some of them were a bit hard to put together. Episode 5, the pizza episode.
I got some beef with some of those cards. Some of those cards are...
The cards were so wild that I had to resort to a pizza monster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Don't even talk about the slicelings, okay? I'm not talking about slicelings today.
What? Okay.
They're pizza slice monsters.
Nice.
Slicelings.
Good.
Elliot. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elliot. I've been playing Mao, and I hope you enjoy this version of Mao versus the other version of Mao, which is quite different. So yeah, where you can find me on the internet is Chaos Them, but also like the person I am, I have changed my personal Twitter URL again. So if you want to see my shit posts and stuff, I will post that. It should be E_Starman. If you want to see everything where it isn't organized, if you want to see organized things, go to Chaos Them. And if you like this chaos that we have done today, you can find me on the Bard's Playhouse, where I produce and I am on their Pathfinder 2E show, Tales from the Shadow Valley, every Sunday at 1:30ish, roughly, is when we start. We aim for 1. We usually play around 1:30 Eastern on Sunday, and that's in the afternoon. And if you want to see a hot twink elf prince, that's what I play. So like, if that entices you, you should definitely check it out. If you just like hot material and stuff too, sometimes I have a spicy site that I post on my shitpost account from time to time. So if you're interested in that, you can find me there too. I've also got an Etsy shop where I have love potions, which are really cute. They are basically just sensory bottles, and they have glitter and stuff, and it's pink, and it has a red wax seal on it, and they are potions of love. So that is Starman Studios on Etsy. I have a lot of different stuff going on. And if you like poetry, in my pinned post, I do have a book on itch.io that's 30 poems called The Loved, Lust, and Lost, or Love, Lost, and Lust. I decided to put 3 L's in there and confuse my dyslexic ass. So if you want to read the heartfelt warmness, the cold bitterness, and the horny things like in Monsterhearts, go buy that for $5, or you can get it for free. Does not matter. I just wanted to make a thing.
Plus, we love alliteration.
And it still doesn't matter, you know, you have a lot of things going on, you describe them all, and it's still a shorter spiel than Glyza used to have.
I think she has it written.
She still has
it written
one.
down.
Yeah, they
and of
got
course,
it.
Void, take it away.
Busy.
Hey, I'm Void. I've been playing Samuel, who has gone from judge to judgmental. But I mean, the important bits of him are still there. Or are they? Samuel's gonna have an extremely uncomfortable time in these next couple of episodes, trying to do his best pretending to be this Samuel, and it's gonna be hilarious for me, and hopefully hilarious for you as well. You can catch me every other week here, and then on the off week of that, meaning next week, and then 2 weeks after that, and then 2 weeks after that, etc. For a little bit, you can catch me on the initiative order. We will be playing Dresden Files, and I will be playing somebody who also kind of gets ahead of other people by giving them compliments. Wait, Samuel doesn't compliment people.
Sounds like a bard.
A fae, as it were. So come find me there. You'll find a cute little high-pitched fairy who definitely is not going to be doing anything that she shouldn't be doing. Haha. We're not doing anything weird at all. We would never. So yeah, catch me there on Tuesdays. And next Thursday, the season finale of the Star Trek show that I've been running will be taking place. We will have a bonus episode on March 30th, but plot-wise, this is the season finale. Okay, it's the season finale.
Awesome.
So come to my channel, Woodcat Gaming, on next Thursday. See you then.
The only thing I can say is this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. UK time, which is, I don't know if GMT or BST. I don't know when it changes. Like, it's going to be changing soon. I say UK time, just general. Look it up. It's the next episode of our my D&D campaign, where one of my party members has gone to visit her dear old mother at her farm and met her aunt, who's very delightful to her, but everyone else in the party had to make a wisdom saving throw or be terrified by her mere presence. So I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine.
Nice.
So thank you for that shout out. Wonderful. I need to add a lot more commands to my deck.
Commands.
Elliot, you want one too?
Yes,
I put
because
in-
I just restarted streaming my art of melting wax on things
Nice.
the other day.
There
There was fire, there was wax melting. It was a good time.
nice. I put in commands and then I don't use them, so I don't know if you need them that badly. I just don't know.
No, I need to put timers and all the things.
Mhm.
But anyway, thank you all for joining us. We hope you had a good time.
I have to wait a minute to shout out. So, but I'm working on it, just so you know. Okay.
We can stall. We can stall.
So the other day I went to I don't know where I went. I went to work, and if you're in LA, it's raining a lot lately, which people are complaining about because they don't know how to drive in rain. But the fact is, nobody actually knows how to drive in Burbank anyway.
It's a basic
It's
deficit already.
Okay, no, here's the biggest issue is, like, there's a lot of traffic. First of all, because everybody wants to be the person in the front, so they'll just like do this thing where they're in the lane they're not supposed to be in, and they'll drive forward and then just stop so they can turn into this other lane, which is annoying.
Yep.
But another thing that they do is that they'll put like more than one car's length between them and the car in front. So you're trying to make it to the next red light, and you can't because there should be 8 cars there, but there's only 4.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. It's kind of like when people have the merging lane, where it's just like this right lane ends, and then hello, Bowie. Beauregard,
Yeah.
would you like to say hello to chat again tonight?
Bo's like, I heard you're stopping. Yes. You have to put me back on chat before that.
There
happens.
we go.
Hello,
The real star of the show.
We were waiting for you to come back. Yes,
Right.
we were. Just do SO.
Yep. So
Yeah,
we
made it.
Absolutely kept
So as
missing
I was
everything.
saying, follow Kazam,
Yay.
follow Boyka Gaming, and thank you all for watching. We hope you had a good time, and we will see you
Thank you
next
for your
time.
patience.
Bye.
See you next time.